cooking soul.
Holy crap, this is a huge box. Today, E.Honda from Street Fighter 2 Ultra, the final challengers. Finally, E.Honda, the sumo himself. The character, he looks kind of like him in the right here. That looks pretty similar. Really happy to have this guy. We are getting close to the end of this series. I believe the only two characters we do not have are Zangief and T-Hawk, and everybody else is pretty much done. So how do you guys feel about that? Let me know in the comments. Are you happy that it's almost over? Obviously there's the player 2s that are still coming out. Country of origin, Japan. Fighting style, Japanese sumo wrestling. What was I saying? Yeah, basically they're gonna do the player 2s and they're doing Alpha Street Fighter, but I am pretty happy to have, I don't have these guys, obviously, because I never went to an exclusive con. I never got the con exclusives, but I have the main roster. That's all that matters. I can get these guys later on if I feel like there's a hole in my heart, but to me, I'm complete. I don't need the player 2 characters. I just want the player 1s because, let's be honest, who gives a shit about the player 2? You always want to be first player, baby. You want to be in control. And if you don't want to be first player, then get the hell out of my channel, because you're probably a beta cuck bitch boy. Let's crack this thing open and see what it's all about. Sorry, I just drank a bunch of energy drinks and I'm pretty hyped. I just want to say, like, this box is so big that this is actually kind of a neat little backdrop. If the other ones are kind of small, and you wouldn't be able to do much with it, but you can fit like 2 guys in here, and if you want to make a quick little scene, like, that's enough space right there. Well, obviously I'm not doing it good enough, but this is a big backdrop, and yeah, if you're like me, you're always looking for backdrops. This is not bad, you know what I mean? You could have it in a picture, close-up pictures of him if you wanted to. Maybe I'll try doing that in this video, but yeah, I don't know. I like looking at the inside of these boxes because I do appreciate the attention to detail they do. It's like the box is an arcade machine and the character comes with his personal stage. So cool. I love the pixel art. Looks great. For accessories, ooh, there's a little bit of dirt here. Accessories doesn't come with a lot. He comes with his angry face, which is pretty nice. The detail is there. The line work is pretty good. Mine actually came out pretty nice. Let me see if I can zoom in. Yeah, it looks really good. I do like that. I like the angry face. I like that, for 36 bucks you can get a nice figure. And it comes with different expressions. Has Bro. He comes with 2 open hands. Of course, he comes with his 50 hands. They're like, these are pretty large hands, I'm not gonna lie. Little excess plastic on this one right here. Let me do this again, yeah. Little excess plastic up there. But they're nice. They're really shiny, a little shinier plastic than usual. And this is probably my only gripe with this figure is, I like this effect for his like mash move. I don't even know what move this is, where he does his fucking 18 palms. You could probably put the hand in here like so, to give it the effect that he's going crazy. But the thing is they should have gave him one for both sides. JADA Toys is pretty good at this stuff, but this is the first time where I've been like, damn, I really could have used an extra pair of hands, because he doesn't always face this way. Sometimes he'll face this way, but I guess he's always using this hand, so it works. But it would just be nice to have both, for both sets of hands, you know what I mean? So that's a little upsetting, not enough to make me hate the figure at all, but it is like, damn, we could have gotten a little bit more, because this isn't a lot of stuff. One more of these, shit, you could have charged me 40 bucks even, and I would have been like, you know what, he comes with a decent amount of stuff, and it's justifiable. But that's your accessories right there. Alright, y'all, I've had a couple minutes alone with this guy, and I'm pretty impressed for the most part. There are a couple things that I'm not a big fan of, but let's just talk about the sculpt first and foremost. I love it. He's a big, muscular, but also heavy-set gentleman. Obviously, they can't make a figure that's just a straight-up fat guy, so he's like a ripped kind of fat guy. But this is so crazy. Like, you can tell that there's a little bit plastic discoloration in the chest. see right here and on his shoulders. But other than that, he is a beautiful, solid figure. His face, let's get a look at his face really quick. He looks great. The line work is superb, just like on the other one, but he's more of a calm, stoic face, like getting ready when we're thinking about how he's gonna attack this guy. His little skirt thing, his towel, it's hard. It's a harder plastic. I do have a bit of a couple of paint scuffs right here. Bit of a QC issue on mine. Sorry for my nails. I've been working outside lately. They gave this man a diaper, and you know, that's normal, right? But what the hell's going on here with this twisty garlic knot ass fucking diaper? Like, boy is either got his panties in a bunch or he's got something in there. I hope it's the former, let's just say. But this figure is really nice. There's a couple things I've never seen before, with, like, especially with these ankles. They're like a huge ball joint damn near. It's like, it's the ankle twist, but it's also got the ankle rocker right here, the ankle pivot, as some people might call it, ankle rocker, whatever you want to call it. And it's not super seamless, but it looks really nice. There are the issues that JADA has always had, like the discoloration with the elbows. You can't really tell right here, but this looks like a way different plastic than the bicep right here. You can tell a little more right here. It looks a little, yeah. And then of course with the knees, that's one thing that they've been getting kind of better at, but it's still very apparent. Same thing with this chest, like it just doesn't not match with the rest of the figure. It's probably the biggest downside of this figure. As far as one of my favorites go, just the sculpt alone is cool, but as an overall figure, I still think Sagat is the best figure from this line. I don't know what it is about him, but he is damn near perfect. He's got a couple of issues of his own, but this figure is also very nice. You can also look at the articulation right here. So he looks up that much, looks down pretty well. He's got the side to side. He's got the neck on a ball peg, and his head is on a ball peg as well. So there's a lot of room for movement, lots of expressionism. He's got the newer version of the butterfly joint, where it's like the McFarlane roll around. A lot of people are doing that now. Even Hasbro's getting on that wave of doing the circular, the double ball peg in the thing. Arms go up this much without the ankle rocker, without the butterfly joint. Can rotate all the way around, of course. Got that bicep swivel, but it is a little tougher because he is a muscular man. It is tight on there. Double jointed elbows that go up a little bit more than 90 degrees. Big muscle. Wrist rotation, of course, goes back, goes forward. This part blows my mind. So the diaphragm joint on top is kind of not the greatest, right? But he can still get pretty far back. Look at that. For a big man, like that's just the top one. Let's try to go forward. Forward, not so much. He can go back one and forward. Can also bend a little bit, not too much. Can rotate, but I feel like there's something there stopping it. But then the middle part, the waist, he can go down pretty far. For a fat dude, like look how far he can crunch that thing. Let's go all the way back. That's pretty cool if you ask me. He's got these big, gigantic abs. There is some gapping there if you go too far back, but easily hidden if done right. Can rotate at the waist, of course. Side to side is a little tricky with this plastic piece, but he can do it. Some gappage there. More on this side than that side. How it goes. Legs can go pretty much all the way forward, right? Because the cape doesn't really get in the way. That's pretty far out. Cannot go back because he's got massive E-Hondas back there. Then he could do the split. No, he can't do the splits, but he can go that far out. Which, you know, it's not mandatory, but it's nice if they can do that. He's got a thigh cut right here. Legs he's got the double jointed legs. This guy's really tight. He's brand new. So these figures have been getting tighter with the joints, like especially with Akuma. Akuma's joints were crazy, but he can bend his leg that much. Can you see that? Can you see that? You see a little butt peeking through. And then with the ankle, he's got a cut right down here, which, say what you want, it may look not the best, but at least it's there. They could have done a horrible job and done a cut up here and made it look terrible, but they decided to do it on a spot that is not as noticeable. Like, I mean, it's pretty noticeable when you're on camera, but in person it doesn't look that bad. Maybe just the lighting on the camera makes it look different. Foot can go up, foot can go down. Foot can go side to side, but it's a little tough. Like, I don't know what kind of joint. It might be like a ratchet joint in there to keep him steady. And then he's got toe joints that can only go up. It can go down, but it's kind of forcing it. It doesn't look too good when it goes down either. So yeah, they go up fairly well. And yeah, that's E.Honda, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty fun little fig. I do like him a lot. E.Honda's like, all the Street Fighter characters are pretty iconic, especially from Street Fighter 2. Like, my cousin just got this guy as well, and he was like, oh my god, I can't believe I have E.Honda. I never thought in my entire life I'd have one. Because it is kind of random to just have him. You know, you gotta have some ultimate ball knowledge if you got E.Honda on the shelf. And then really quick before we go, I'm gonna show you how to put this thing on. It's fairly simple. You just unplug the hand, pop the arm in there, and you'll feel a nice snug fit. And you're gonna wanna get this hand. It's a little tight, but with a little finesse and a little patience, you too can look like me. Ka-chow. And you can have him. Oh, here, you know what? Might as well pop off the head real quick. Hello, friends. Hello. Nice. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. I don't know if this has just happened right now or what, but there's a black smudge on his neck right there. Let me see if I can zoom in. Yeah, see that? That wasn't there before, but it sucks. It really does suck. But that's it. That's everything. We'll be fairly quick with the size comparisons today. We got Chun-Li and Ryu. Just your baseline figures. You know? Then we got a couple of tall boys just to show you. Oh, spoiler. Just to show you that he's not actually tall. He's just very wide. Still my favorite. Probably top 5 for sure of this one. But this one's definitely top 3. I'd have to figure out which ones I like the best. But yeah, whatever. And then just one more guy. Blanca. I do like him a lot as well. He's one of my favorites. I like characters that are more weird, crazy monsters. You know what I mean? That's why like Beast has always been one of my favorite characters. The Thing, so on and so forth. Like humanoids that are weird looking. Monsters, Beast. Blanca. Alright, so that's gonna do it for this review. Blanca. Pretty nice figure. Well, like I said, the only thing I wish he had was another set of effects right here. He's got the same standard JADA problems that we've come to know and somewhat love, or just deal with if that's the case. But he's a pretty solid figure. Definitely not my favorite, but it is crazy to have this absolute unit as an action figure on the shelf. He's definitely going to stand out. I think all the Street Fighter figures just in general are really cool designs. And just this sumo wrestler with the crazy fast hands is definitely something to look at. Definitely a spectacle. So with all that in mind, I'll give him a solid 8 out of 10. If you see this in the store, I would definitely pick it up. If you need to buy it online, pick it up. It's not an expensive figure. 36 bucks, you know, before tax, depending on where you buy it. I got mine at GameStop, so they do tax a little, like a couple bucks. But other than that, solid pickup, definitely worth getting. I don't know why you're watching this anymore. You should be on your way to the store picking it up, or on Amazon, or wherever you buy figures, to pick it up and buy it. Because if you don't buy it, you're probably a little chud and you don't like kissing girls. You probably like kissing dudes, which is nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's Pride Month, but you know, at the same time, it's just like, come on, bro, what are you doing? It's good. E.Honda, man. You got